You may remember Kate Beckinsale as the vampire vanquisher in Underworld, or of course there was Pearl Harbor and many other diverse roles, but you may not recognize her in her latest role as a small-town single mom facing love and loss in the new indie film Snow Angels. We're very lucky to have Kate Beckinsale here this morning. Let us talk about these different roles. You have seemed to pick diverse, different characters. Why?
I think right from the very beginning, when I started acting when I was 17 or 18, I really wanted to be able to get to do as many different things as possible. I wasn't classically trained as an actor. I went to university and studied languages, and I think I felt that it made me more, muscular as an actress to try as many different things, and I feel like I've been able to get away with doing it for quite a long time. So,
Snow Angels, very difficult role to play because you can't hide behind stunts or anything like that. You have to deal with someone who is troubled and deals with something that is troubling. What drew you to it?
I thought the story was very beautifully written, and I thought the character was very complex and interesting, and she does have a tough emotional journey, but as an actor I think, a lot of the time that's what you're actually looking for.
So you're raising your daughter alone. There is the father is involved. We'll take a look at the clip now, and it goes to your unique relationship with him and trying to raise the child. Let's take a look and listen.
Hey Annie, I was wondering.
It's all over.
Oh, that's just some banana. I think she wandered off. And
What do you mean she wandered off?
well, I was talking to Rafe, and I told her to stay by in the truck with Bomber.
Bomber's your dog, Glenn. Tara's not a dog, she's a child. You don't just leave your kid in the car.
Poor Hansel was going to be baked.
Annie, you gotta go to work. We're eating early, making tuna noodle casserole. There's extra if you'd like to stay, Glenn.
It's one thing to be an actor and be in a scene like that. It's another thing to be a mom, especially when you have a little girl, your own, albeit nine years old. This is a younger daughter. What did you bring to it as a mom into this role?
I mean, I feel like I've been in training to play a mom for the last 9 years, and this is one of the first opportunities I've actually had, so I was really excited about that. What was hard was I had some tough emotional scenes with this little girl who was only 3, and I'm not sure was 100% aware that it was a movie, so I had immense guilt when I had to shout at her and yell at her, and her mother was fine with it, and I was tortured.
We don't think about that, but you do have to act it out, obviously, as real as possible. Did you do anything to kind of compensate, or the little things you tell her before?
Yeah, in the kind of classic sort of abusive model, I would yell at her and then give her gifts, and then yell at her again, and then be really nice to her, and it was really horrifying. I hated it.
That's how I parent. Is that wrong?
Yeah, well, I mean, I took it from real life.
That's where the hot dogs come from, So you hit him on the head and you give him
a hot dog. Is that what's going to happen to me?
No, not at all. The hot dog thing failed with you. I thought it was funny. Obviously, you're not the hot dog eating champion. I made that joke, and you just went stone-faced on it.
I was so busy watching you hand them out. I'm sorry. I will eat them all before I leave, I promise.
No, that's okay. There's no reason to overcompensate. Now, in the film, with Snow Angels, what do you want people to take away from it? I mean, there's a lot of ground covered in it.
I think that the film is a small film, but it deals with a lot of different phases of love. And, you've got the teenage blossoming lovely relationship, and then you've got love that's kind of a bit more decayed, and then you've got ours, which is, love gone a bit psychotic. And I think it's very poetic and interesting. Actually, the first half of the film is very funny. It gets a bit grim towards the end. I think it's very beautiful.
And it also gives you the chance to reflect on the life you have. Having the marriage, having the kids, well-adjusted. It's nice. Now, in the next movie you have coming, Nothing But the Truth, ironically, you play a journalist.
Yeah.
And how did you find that? How was that role?
It was great. I went actually to the LA Times to follow around some journalist girls there, and I was so sure I would see all the different ways that their jobs were so unlike mine. And actually, I was more struck by the similarities. It felt like it's such a sort of vocational profession where you're passionate about your work, and you're generally married to another journalist or somebody who's very interested in journalism, so you talk about journalism all the time, and you have to be ready to leave the country at any moment, and it just felt very similar, actually, vibe to our job.
You didn't come here to train with us, by the way.
I
didn't take it personally. There was some talk when you were coming here that we'd heard that you didn't want to come.
I just fancied something to eat other than wieners just for a day.
I know, I'll never live that down. By the way. I wish you the best with the new movie. It's great to have you here. I apologize about the hot dog thing. I'll never bring it up again.
Oh, no, please do.
No, it's gone. It's done. It's done. Kate Beckinsale, our pleasure to have her here today.
In a flash, be the first to know what's coming up on Good Morning America tomorrow with the GMA Daily Flash email. All the great insider details you want to know from GMA. Go to abcnews.com, click the GMA page, and sign up for the Daily Flash. And you can even enter to win the weekly GMA Flash gift bag giveaway. Sign up now.